Salutations, Proboscis 2 here, with a different kind of modding video today. This time we're going to be taking a look at some older TT games that use the GHG and GSC formats and how they can be ported from one another. So, this is Finding Nemo, the game, and I have ported levels from The Weakest Link for PS2, Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex for PS2, and Haven Call of the King for PS2. This, as far as I know, this all only works on the PS2 versions, so yeah. First, we're going to take a look at the Wrath of Cortex level. It is the Jungle Rumble level from Wrath of Cortex, and also I have replaced character models, and that is a spaceship from Haven Call of the King. And now, it's laggy here. So, in Finding Nemo, the spawn coordinates of the player are actually loaded from a text file, the level's text file. Like the LEGO games, Finding Nemo levels have text files, same with characters. And anyways, in that text file, it actually sets where the player spawns in the level. So by default, it would spawn the character in a random spot because it wouldn't know where to spawn it in the Crash Bandicoot levels. And so I set it, what I did was, I loaded the debug menu on Wrath of Cortex and copied the spawn coordinates from Crash's initial position in the level, and that's how I did that. And about the level you're actually seeing, you wouldn't be able to see any of these textures had I not changed a few settings on the PCSX2 plugins menu for the video plugin. So I'm not sure why that is. It would all just be black. And this grass actually moves when you touch it, because I imported the gray file, the GRA file, I mean. And so you saw back there that the water, well, you know what, I'll talk about that when we get to the next pond of water. But anyways, these vines kind of look like the vines from LEGO Indiana Jones, don't they? I mean, I think they might be the same. So, this play mode in Finding Nemo right now, where the camera is following me as I move, you can move up and down with the joystick, and you press X to move forward. I'm not sure if this was ever used in the game. I have played the game up until the anglerfish chase, and okay, here's some water. So you'll notice that when you go above the water, you actually go inside it, and it acts as the water does in Finding Nemo. So it's kind of like when you port levels from LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga that have water in them to LEGO Batman and LEGO Indiana Jones. The water, you can swim in the water in those games, so it does that in the Complete Saga levels, even though you never swam in Complete Saga. So it's like that. Now, what was I saying before that? Shoot. Oh yeah, this play type. I haven't played Finding Nemo, except for the first 10 or so levels. Whatever the angler chase is, that's where I stopped. I'm not really too much of a fan of the game. I mean, it's a game about water, or the whole game is set underwater, so I mean, you know, it doesn't have much to go off of, but I like Wrath of Cortex, the game. It's decent compared to the other Crash games, I think. I mean, it's a Crash Bandicoot game that uses an older version of the LEGO Star Wars 1 engine. Like, what's not to love? Other than maybe the exorbitant amount of different vehicles. But, I mean, you can get used to that. I got used to that. So, I know a lot of people don't like it as much as the others. But, I mean, yeah, it's decent, I think. So, this is the driving section. The water's gonna do that thing again. Don't want that. And right now, I actually swapped, what's the dad's name from Finding Nemo? Marlin? Garland? What's his name? I don't know. But anyways, I swapped his model with the spaceship model, so it kind of looks like the spaceship is flying. But it's actually supposed to be like I'm underwater right now. And, I'm using a widescreen hack right now, so you can see more of the level, and it just so happens that that orange fish on the side of the left side of the screen is always present, and so that's why that's there. And I guess I'm running out of the time to beat my best time for the level right now. I mean, this isn't even my best time because I downloaded the save file off of GameFAQs.com, so it doesn't mean anything to me. Too slow. You're too slow. Okay, no. But am I going the right way? I think I am. No. Camera. I think I went the wrong way. No. Well, this ramp is going up, so let's see. Anyways, I think this is the end of the level right here, actually. Well, Bandicam is about to run out of time, so I think I'll just, you know what, by the time it takes me to exit the level, it'll also be almost done, so I'll just edit this together. So let's go to the end of the level. So I have tried porting some of these into LEGO Star Wars 1 for the PS2, and I have not been able to because every time I do it crashes. So, I'm definitely interested in porting Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex into LEGO Star Wars because I don't know about you guys, but I'm a massive Crash Bandicoot fan. I'm a fan of platformers where you don't have any control of the camera, and it's, well, not just where you don't have any control of the camera, but it's on, oh, what am I trying to say? Where the angle is fixed and it follows you. You know what I mean, like LEGO Star Wars does, or any of the LEGO games up until LEGO Batman 2, where they added the camera that you can spin around. That's what I mean. But yeah, every time I try, it crashes, and I've tried comparing the models, but I can't. There's not much that's different. There is a difference, and I'm stuck in here now, so I can stop talking and... Hang on a second. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording now, because Bandicam's about to run out. Okay, so what I was saying was, that the models and the GHG models and the level models, GSC, don't look all that different. And, well, there is a different parts inside. And okay, so this is from The Weakest Link on PS2. Now, The Weakest Link was a game that Traveler's Tales made for Microsoft Windows and the PlayStation 1, but they also made a PlayStation 2 port that was exclusive to Europe. So I live in America, so I had to get it off of eBay as an import. And this is the center floor from that game. I've never actually played it, but I'm assuming this is where, you know, they would play the game show, obviously. Now, if you've seen my other channel that I've just created, Willy the Wombat, I ported this into Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. Also, I forgot to mention, this penguin is the penguin from The Wrath of Cortex. I replaced Nemo with him. So, yeah. Over this thing. This TER collision file was the only one I could find in The Weakest Link. It is located in... There's a folder called TER on the root of the disk, and inside is test.tir, and that's what this is. It doesn't really go along with this file, this GSC file, but I used it, and it's good enough. Yeah, that's about all for here. I think I can go under the level, actually. Yeah, let's go under. Uh-oh. There we go. Get a good under view. Alright, so that's about all for here. Gosh, I feel like I've left off talking about something. Oh yeah. There's a part... So I was talking about how the files look similar, but they're not identical. There's a part in some of these... In Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex, The Weakest Link, and Finding Nemo, there's a part that all look pretty similar, but in Haven Call of the King, this is a Haven Call of the King level, by the way. I haven't played Haven Call of the King all the way. I got to the part where you're in a jetpack shooting water to put out the fires in those villages, or that village. And that, I can't get past that part. It's just, I can't get used to the way the jetpack controls, but anyways. Yeah. It's a good looking level right here. Got this rotating, I guess that's a gear over here. It's faster if I just keep dashing or swimming. Anyways, there's a certain part in these files that look the same, or they look similar on Crash Bandicoot, Nemo, and Weakest Link, but it looks a little different in Haven Call of the King. But obviously, you know, Haven Call of the King is compatible with these games, so it doesn't make too much of a difference, I'm guessing. But yeah, all these things that I've ported here and the Finding Nemo stuff crash in LEGO Star Wars. So I'd like to know if you guys would be interested in porting this stuff as much as I am to LEGO Star Wars. And now is probably a good time to mention that the Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex levels are RNC Pro-Packed, and they can be decompressed with a quick BMS script. The same quick BMS script that you use to extract the game.dats for older Traveler's Tales games. Basically, it's a different quick BMS script than the one that you use on modern LEGO games. It's called Crash Bandicoot TTGames.bms, and because these games actually use an older DAT format. Now, that same script can also extract RNC ProPact content to an extent. The problem is, it doesn't work over half the time, and, like, I'm not sure if you can port levels without them being unpacked. I haven't tried out, and I don't really want to, because I'm just gonna assume they don't. You guys can try if you really care about that much about this stuff. But yeah. It's a nice looking level right here. It's very lively. Let's see if I can get hurt by these. No. It makes sense, but... Okay, I think that's all for here, unless... Oh, what the... Oh. These controls are a little bit weird. You can go through the ceiling of that part. It's odd. Oh. I think that's all for here, unless... Let's take a look at the outside again. So... Not too much to see out here other than the outside of the level. Yeah, I think I'll stop here. So that was GHG and GSC porting in older TT games, and I'm definitely interested in porting some of this stuff to LEGO Star Wars the video game, but the formats, they look similar, but they're not exactly the same because they crash. So I figured maybe you guys could, if you're interested, see if you can port any of it, but I can't. So that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this non-LEGO related video. Goodbye.